we are live.
Woo!
Hello, people of Earth. Um,
And beyond.
and beyond. We are here at the 3:33 show on Friday, wrapping up, meeting the deadlines, getting our shit together.
That's right.
That's
right.
And I'm very excited because we are just gonna be okay. Yeah, the John Lennon sunglasses, that they do you well.
Thank you.
Hold on. Okay, no, I can't let this happen. I can't let this go unmatched. I need to go find. Okay, yeah.
These. What? Oh, this is
Talking about people of
what?
Earth.
I think that's supposed to be on my hair, but that's not.
That's not on your hair. That is on your
Really
forehead. No. Why is my thing? Ah, there we go.
Very sophisticated.
I have a dog. You do not. Yeah.
Somebody showed up as a banana in a webinar I went to today, and I'm looking for the banana. I am jealous.
Oh.
I don't seem to have.
We only have the like cows.
Yeah. Which is.
I'm not a banana.
It's good.
It's fine. It's great. We're so bored. We're like, here we are, advanced video technology, and we're like, boring. All right.
It's not a banana.
It's not a banana.
Giving up.
It's very, very
I'm
disappointing.
so
Yeah. Okay. All right.
So, did we finish the song, Suzanne?
I don't know. What do you think?
Let's decide.
We'll decide.
Have we listened to it?
We shall. And to give people just a bit of a heads up, the produce aisle here has added some really cool magic that you'll just have to listen to see what kind of magic she sprinkled all over everything. So, I'm
pulling up the MP3 file here right now. So
okay.
Oh, hold on.
And I'm also pulling up our chat because I just realized.
Oh yes.
I'm missing everybody's comments.
Yeah. What's up? Do say hello in the chat.
Yes,
and
if you can hear
button.
us. Yeah, hit the like,
yes,
follow,
let us know
all that.
If we sound okie dokie.
Yeah. All of that. So I've got the chat up. If you said anything before just this moment, I'm sorry I missed it. Ah! George! All About George is here. Yay!
Hey, all right.
All right. He says sup. And I said, nothing, sup too. I'm
getting
very excited
out here too. Here we go. Okay.
Okay, cool.
So, yeah, let me share my sound and screen. And we'll have a listen to the MP3 that I made. Can you hear that?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Great.
Like that, I wish no one had to learn. You've got nothing to hide. It's not on you. I know you tried, you did what you had to. Times when mess with you no more. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your. I'm in your.
Break it down now.
You are loved, adored, beautiful, powerful. You are loved, adored, beautiful, powerful.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
Woo!
Woo!
So,
Damn.
yeah, I think it turned out pretty good. But yeah, there's always things that
Yeah.
we can do.
Yeah.
Always things we can do.
First off, like all of those harmonies between Monday's session and this session, just some really outstanding, cool work.
Thank you.
And I can't believe like this song is like it's in place. It's like it's a real thing now, even though it's like just ones and zeros and waves in the air. That's real enough. It's fine.
It's real. It's real.
Yeah.
Everything's
it's
vibration
really cool.
anyway, so
That's true. That's what I'm trying to say. Awesome. So, yeah, I think like arrangement wise and everything, it's really like there. But I was messaging you before the show and saying, I think there's an opportunity for build in those harmonies and a little more like mixing. So maybe the first chorus has a couple of cool layers, and the second chorus builds up a little bit, and that third one really brings it home. I think there might be a cool opportunity there.
yeah. So we can look at that. I might want to go back into my arranging track, and look at that. So I was also thinking about maybe adding something to the third chorus also.
Like what?
Like some sort of like high synth thing.
Okay. Yeah.
I was working on getting something, but I don't know. It might be a little too subtle to me. I like your idea, and I want us to look at that too. But here's something that I was looking at for the last.
I'm in your corner.
So subtle.
I'm in your corner.
I can't even hear it. It's I just put it in, so.
Oh, okay.
I'm not.
Oh, is it like a high synth, like a melody kind of thing, or is it a pad, or is it a?
It's like a pad. It's
okay.
Yeah, and so it may not be enough.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner.
So it just sort of it fills out the spectrum a little bit, but I think we should look at the arranging session. So let me save this. So yeah, let me back up a little bit to explain. Yeah. So what this is a mixing session, and I'm trying to do this more often where I have my arranging sessions, which are wild and busy and everything's going all at once kind of looking things because it's all in arrangement mode. When we get things into a shape, that's when I'm bouncing down what's called the stems, which is like the groups of instruments. So like all of the basses get in one stem. All of the kicks get in one stem. All of the percussion tops get in one stem. So that's what this session is. And it helps to keep them separate.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and usually there's not like a lot of back and forth between this and the arranging. When I get to this stage, it's usually like, this would be, if I weren't mixing it, this would be like what I'd send off to somebody. You know what I mean?
Oh, gotcha. Okay, yeah.
So
that does make sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what this is. And but since it's me, I can go back and forth as much as I want. So who cares?
Okay. And you do want to mix this. You don't want to bring in like an outside mixer or anything like that. What's your philosophy on mixing your own stuff? Because I know that it's really convenient and hella cheap.
It's hella cheap. Yes.
Compared to 100, 200, 500 sometimes a song. But yeah, tell me about your mixing approach, because this is super interesting.
So I am of two minds, and one of them is the mindset where it's hella cheap and convenient in some ways for me to do it, but it's slower. I'm not as experienced. I'm not at the 1,000 song mark. So I don't have as much experience in mixing, but I do have an idea of like how I want to hear things. And yeah, so it would be nice to be able to send it off to somebody else as a fresh pair of ears. So there's that. Also though, with mixing, you can do some really neat creative things. And like when we go back into the mixing session, I'll show you some of the things that I did. So this is our arranging session, which is everything all at once, all over the place, and as it should be. But yeah, so I do it's weird because like when I'm mixing my stuff, like I am enjoying myself. But then like I feel like when other people hear it, especially some of our like mentors who are production people, they're like, the things they say sort of make me think I should get somebody else to mix my stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm aware that I'm not as experienced as I would like to be. However, the only way to get experience is to
get experience. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna continue to mix my own stuff as much as I can.
Yeah.
Just so I get to past some of the hurdles. Each song that I mix, I learn something totally new. It just like unlocks little puzzle pieces. So I haven't done any of my songs the same.
Yeah.
They're all different.
Sam Junior Music, hello Sam, says, I think it is natural to feel that way. We all feel insecure and conscious of our mixes.
Yeah.
I mean, I sometimes mix my own songs, but it's literally like 3 or 4 tracks. And I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but I learn by doing it, you know.
This is a few tracks.
Yeah, this is more than just 4 tracks. And Sam Jr. says, by mixing on my own songs, I've learned a lot in the last year. Yeah, that's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how you do it. And the only way to do it is to do it. Absolutely. So I asked one of our mentors, Cy Medway Smith of the Don't Touch the Faders fame, about how he knew he was done with a mix. And he said he knew when he was done with a mix when he was just like fiddling around with knobs and not really making a big difference to the sound. Or like, I don't know. I feel like I can fiddle with knobs and it does make a big difference to the sound, but also just that there's like limits to what I can do. However, when I surpassed those limits, like when I learned not just how, But when I learned why side chaining worked, that unlocked a big step for me where it was a new tool for creativity then. And not just a functional tool.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's the same with buses and routing and aux channels. Like that became, when those unlocked for me, and they're still unlocking for me, just again, another step up in creative possibility. So it's good for me to know how to mix. I recently, just being frustrated with getting lots and lots of returns from like taxi things that I'd submitted. I was like, maybe somebody else should just mix this stuff. We should just find a person who loves mixing and that's all they do. But I don't know. I think it's good to be a musician who mixes because you hear it. You hear it in your head. The trick for me is to not get stuck in the perfection, the platonic ideal of what it is that I hear and be unhappy with whatever it is that I can create. Because probably what I can create, it's going to be better than somebody who isn't a producer. So
that's such an interesting, yes, that's so interesting. It's actually something that I teach in my creativity classes. There's a couple of different approaches to creative process. One is like the reverse engineer, which is I picture it in my head and I'm going to go get the skills in order to build the thing that's exactly in my head. That's one kind of creative process. But that can only take you so far if you're building, if your skills are not to the thing that is in your head. So while you're learning, and actually it's good to switch between both, but there's more of like a wandering kind of creative. It's like, here's a bunch of Legos. I'm just going to take this and see what I'm going to put together. And all of a sudden it's like a dragon castle. And that kind of way is really good for people who are stuck or are overthinking or are new to something, because like for me, I'm still a pretty new producer. Oh, I'll take that back. It's not a new producer. I feel like I'm still in the intermediate, like beginning intermediate stages. So when I get a new plugin, then I start playing around with that and saying, okay, from this, what song can I write? And start piecing that together until I learn how that plugin works. And then next time I can start doing the reverse engineer stuff where I hear it in my head and I'm like, oh, now I know what building block can actually, Sam Jr. It's an adventure. I don't like mixing at all, but I got tired of waiting on music engineers last year, learned the basics, started releasing all my songs alone, and it's been so great to be fully independent. I actually would like to get to that point because some of the songs that I do, fairly simple, and I feel like I could get a clean enough mix, a good enough mix for it to sound all right and just release. I'd like to get that to that point. And then there's like songs that are just like way over my, like the reverse engineered songs that I hear the full thing and I can't achieve it, so I need to bring in a team. But I'd like to get at least to something where it's basic, you know.
Yeah.
How did you learn mixing? How did you learn mixing?
I learned because I just had a burning desire to get these certain songs out for my EP, the I Am Okay EP that is available on Bandcamp. And those 3 songs took many months because the learning curve was so tall. Somebody in my live stream the other day said, it seems like I've been arranging music for decades, but only recently on a DAW. And that's true.
I see. Yes.
That's true. Yeah. So I had the concepts of how things should fit together and how instruments should make space for each other, and translating it all into working in a DAW.
Yeah.
It's just a lot. It's a lot of technical information going along with creative information. it was very much like what you said. There's some of that like reverse engineering, but I didn't start there. Like
Right.
they really are hammering home the point of use your references with the production classes that TSA does. It's like references are everything, and like every song appraisal we turn in, you have to have some references, or like at least who do you picture this song sounding like. When I did these 3 songs, I just wanted those songs, and it was like innocent, you know. I was like, it didn't sound like anybody else to me. It was just these songs. Now I kind of look at them and I'm like, okay, it's a little bit like Jamiroquai. It's a little bit like Beck. Okay, cool. It's a little bit like Lady Gaga. I mean, so, but when going into it, I didn't have references, which is like kind of a miracle that they sound good still. Like I'm still proud of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, thank you, Sam Junior Music. My video on how to use a reference track with the arranger. Yes, that's very much the deconstruction method. And cool. I love it's. There's creative ways to do deconstruction as well, but it's been good to learn, just step by step how to build a song from what's already out there and is successful.
Yeah. And then Sandra, I guess I missed a couple of your comments. But you have your basic steps, like first you balance and then late EQ, stuff like that. Yeah, so I did take like an online course, like a $50-$60 online course, and I still have those video references, you know, pulling everything down and then like starting from scratch, which is hard for me, but you know, I'll do it. And then like a little bit of organizing buses, a bit of like EQ and things like that. But I feel like I know enough to be dangerous to like really mess everything up. I know, like if I knew 0 things, I wouldn't touch it. Won't be messed up. Great. And I hear you're tisking, but like messing up is how you learn. You know,
that's true.
Like, that's really. Mm-hmm. Mike Connors, hi, hello. Says, love the song, uplifting lyrics, well arranged, good vocals, nice song. Thanks, Mike.
Thanks. Yeah, it's turning out pretty good. I'm really pleased with the sound, and like we started this back in May.
Yeah, it's almost August now,
and it's nice. Like we didn't start with a deadline in mind. We didn't even start with like a brief or anything. It was like for fun to like collaborate and let's see how this goes. And I'm really happy. It's nice to have time for things to like gel. And I feel like I've been like popping out songs a lot, and there's something that's good. Volume is good, but there can be something that's like lost a little bit when it doesn't have time to like sit.
Yeah, I think so, especially when it comes into like the production mode. Like I'll say this. I think I might have said this on a previous stream, but I still think that some songs come straight out, fully formed out of the ether, and are perfect as they are. Some songs come out and need to be sculpted, crafted, kind of put together. It doesn't mean one song is better than the other. It just means that that's what the songs take. It's kind of like, I think this is the analogy, is that like if someone is giving birth and it takes, 2 hours versus 72 hours for labor, doesn't make a better baby. It just is, that's what happens.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm in the same boat because I'm still in this 50-90 challenge. So writing 50 songs in 90 days, and you're shitting them out. You're just like not thinking about it. And there's a value to volume, and there's a value of putting quantity over quality, because occasionally the quality comes up in a way you'd never expect. You wouldn't have thought your way into it.
Yeah.
And I really like that seems to be just like my jam. And a couple of the songs that have come out of that, sometimes I undervalue them and I forget that I wrote them because it's so I have to do kind of a review process and going, this is fine. This is great. This needs shaping. This I'm just not going to even bother with.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a couple songs that have come out of this that I really want to shape because I feel like there's more to it, and you just have to put in a little more time.
Yeah. Yeah, and you had said in one of your live streams where you were reviewing some of your song files on your Evernote about how that you find the shortcuts when you're writing that fast. You sort of, yeah, you find things that work that you didn't even know about. Like what you just said now, you couldn't even think your way into that. Julia Cameron in Artist Way talks about how speed writing is a way to just override your inner critic. Just speed through. And I would say that speed writing songs is the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. And then there's like, okay, are you writing or are you producing? Which takes, sometimes they both kind of happen at the same time, but not. But then
all the time for me.
Yeah.
That's been interesting for me because I feel like the songwriting and producing are like they just happen all at the same time.
Yeah. But I think for me, because I'm still kind of getting my sea legs on. I've been messing around with like Pro Tools since like 2000, the year 2000, but not consistently. It was really like on because I had access to it at school, and then like I didn't, and so years went by without touching it. So I'm not new to production. And there might also be a little bit of imposter syndrome playing that's like, you're not a producer, you're a songwriter because blah, 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 imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
But,
let me just interject.
Okay.
For everyone out there and you, this is important. You are a producer. You know what makes you a producer? You produce things. That's it.
Yes,
you don't have to be paid for these things. They don't have to be good. You just have to produce something to be a producer. Yep. Okay.
I have
soapbox.
I have 2 songs, Redefining Perfect and Be Gentle, out on Spotify that I produce. I am the producer on those things.
Nice.
It is vocal production, piano production, a little bit of bass. Beautiful. And then some sound effects. I'm a producer, fuck you. So, like, right? Yeah. And I love that, and I have to remind myself that a lot of time, because I think sometimes I get into like, but I only want to songwrite, or I only want to do this. Like, what I want to do is this. That's not true. I actually do want to, like Sam Jr. was saying earlier, like, it is really freeing to be like, I wrote it and I produced it, and this is the vision of this creative thing, and I don't have to continue to, keep paying other people. If I'm broke, I want to have the skills so that I could still keep doing my art.
Yeah. I find it very empowering to be able to make all the decisions as well. So that's something about like doing my own mixing, as I like to be able to make these decisions of, I want that one echo to be panned off to the left, and I want that one to be panned off to the left a little more. Like, it's nice to be able to not have to run things by when it's like when you're 100%er. There's so many advantages to finding good collaboration too. Like when I was making my EP, I had just come out of a really crap collaboration, really bad like years long collaboration that just like had my self-esteem ripped to shreds. So it was wonderful for me to be like, this is all mine and I get to choose everything about it. And so I needed that. And then I got into healthy collaborations like this one, which is just a delight.
It's just been so much fun. Yeah. So much fun. I also want to do like a little time check. I know you gonna take off a little early today.
Yeah, I gotta bounce early.
Okay. So like how much time do you think?
A half an hour.
Okay.
Maybe 40 minutes, half an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'll just catch up on the comments here. Ed Sheeran quote, Sam Jr. says, write a ton of songs to get the bad songs out of the way for the great ones to come through. Yeah. Ben Folds has a similar quote. He likens it to a water spigot that has a lot of brown water just, coming out when you first open it after it's like rust and mud or whatever. And you gotta let the water flow to get the brown out. So he has an entire chapter of his book called Follow the Brown, which is exactly like just let it all go.
Huh.
And then a couple more comments. Produce, waiting on musicians and engineer promoters to make up their minds. Best to go produce your own songs. Yeah, I think it's good to have the skills to know when you can and the skills to know when you want to collab. When you want to, not because you have to, is when you want to.
Oh, that's so key. What a difference a word makes when you want to. It's so, and you can tell when you are I can tell when I'm approached by somebody who says they want to collab, but it's really that they need to collab. And so it's like they need me to do things for them, and I'm not about that. Unless they're paying me dollars, like
right.
then I will do things for you.
Yeah.
It's
and
a service I provide, but that's not collaboration.
Yeah, that's hire. That's work for hire.
Yes, very different things. Yes,
totally.
And it's interesting how money can. Well, we could go on and on about that, but yeah. Collaborating is so nuanced and important.
I didn't and we can go back or whatever, but I didn't do a whole lot of collaboration. I probably wrote my first 200 songs my own, and then maybe 2 or 3 were co-writes, and that was when I was living in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I feel like it's a very individualistic culture, especially artistically. It's you do your own thing because it's usually your hobby or your side hustle. Then I moved to LA and it's completely the opposite. I'm seeing it. It's really strange that you're only writing on your own. You should go collab, go find some people, because that's the name of the game here. You look at the Billboard Hot 100, very, very few. I think Marina and the Diamonds is the only person who has made a top chart hit recently whose one songwriter is on it. Just really interesting.
Yeah.
And I'm of two ways. If it's my own, then it's my own. But if I'm doing it to pitch to sync, the benefits are not only do you get new ideas, but you also you double the networking possibilities, and you have the costs between if you've got a collaborator on it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, what do you think? Should we take a look at our arranging?
Yeah, let's take a look at the arrangement view.
Do more build.
And Mike Connor says, I could never do it any other way. I'm the musician who must mix his own stuff because I feel like I'm the one who hears the idea the best. It's true. It's true. There's again, if you're doing the reverse engineer kind of, you think of something in your head and you want to do exactly that thing. If that's your style of creativity, then there are other styles of creativity, which is here's this found sound and this found thing, and I wonder what happens when you put them together.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I like making music that way. I really like making music that way, and I want to get back to it. But I also want to finish things, and finishing things is a whole ball of wax. Okay,
yes.
So let's talk about this first chorus. We want it to be good and big, but it's too good and too big right now. It's too big. So let's have a listen. And this isn't exactly, because I did quite a bit to the mixing session, so it's not exact, but it's all right. We can bounce down the stems that we need from this into that.
Times when you don't believe in you, I always do. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
So I guess the first thing we could do is just see what it sounds like without some of these. Smaller smaller gang on it. So
yeah, let's see what happens.
and it's interesting it's kind of nice when I do this many harmonies. I don't usually tune them because I like to think I sing on pitch, but that's not always the case. It's good to have it a little bit out of tune so that it gets that saturation.
Interesting.
More harmonics. And so it's like a real choir where you have all these slight variations in tuning, just like semitones, and it makes for a bigger sound. So
cool.
But a lot of times, like if I'm getting a good performance and the tuning is just like, then I will tune. But these were okay. Let's figure out, I didn't even label what's what. Some of them are lower, some of them are higher. So let's just like listen through. And I'm going to do exclusive solo on this to make it easier. Wait, why didn't that work? Because I didn't hit the solo button over here. That really makes a difference. Yeah, okay.
I'm in your corner.
So it's like a mid, high.
I'm in your corner.
Okay. What's this one?
I'm in your corner.
That's low, mid.
I'm in your corner.
Low, mid. Okay. And when I'm doing these, I tend to do them by feel. Like sometimes I will be like, and now I shall do a high one, and now I shall do a middle one. But usually it's just by feel, whatever comes out first.
I'm in your corner.
Some of them are duplicates too.
I'm in your corner.
That's the same, right? These two.
Yeah, sounds like a double.
Yeah, but just slightly varying. Make sure.
I'm in your corner.
So to me, one of these could be muted already. So let's do this one. Oh, note that one. Okay, how about you?
But you don't want to mute the whole track, right?
Right. Not just for now.
Okay.
That's high-ish. Call it high for now. Okay. Who are you? Solo.
I'm in your corner.
Higher.
I'm in your corner.
Okay. How about you?
I'm in your corner.
That is low.
I'm in your corner.
How are you? This one.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
High mid. Okay. So maybe let's just do the lower ones and kind of cut the higher ones. See how
let's
that
see how that
sounds
goes.
first. So mute you, mute you, mute you.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
That's kind of interesting. So wait, let's back it up from here.
I always do. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got
It's a little unbalanced.
Hmm.
Maybe let's do kind of like a mix of some high, some low, like every other.
I always do. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
The other thing we can do is like if it's not really making that much of a difference, in the actual parts. I can bring the gain down altogether on the mixing session for the choir there.
Yeah, that, I mean, even that could be helpful.
Maybe I'll try that. Cause yeah, these still sound kind of just like
always do.
big.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this,
Here,
I got you, no
only the
matter what.
highs. Just do a few more permutations and then we'll see about dealing with gain. Okay, only the highs.
I'm in your corner.
That's not bad.
I'm in your corner. You got this.
Because then when it doesn't have the low, that makes it, yeah, that could work. That could work.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got
Tell you what, I'm going to make a stem out of this
Okay.
with that combo. So four tracks instead of more than 4. Okay, so let me, because I only recorded, I didn't record a separate one for each section. It's all that same
That's all good.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me.
Oh, and Mike is saying that birthing analogy is awesome. It's totally correct about the birthing analogy. You love each one of the babies that you create. It doesn't really matter how hard it was to give birth to them. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Solo this. I'm gonna take the reverb off. Might sound a little odd.
I'm in your corner.
And I'm gonna take off this. Just do it dry.
I'm in your corner.
Okay. So let me export this to, and this is light harms. And not an MP3. No. Whiff. This was 24, I think. Okay. How many vocal tracks did I record originally in the chorus? How many? Let's see. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think. About right. And then some more for the bridge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7. There we go. So now we just have 4, and nope, they're all centered. They're all centered. So let me close this, not save it, and go back into our stem mixing session.
Cool.
Yeah, and I can, we can think about, so yes, taking the gain down on some of the things in that first chorus, including things like percussion, because there's that little like,
oh, that's right. Yeah,
it's pretty
yeah.
prominent, and maybe it can come down a little bit.
Okay.
So let me pull in this.
And also I should, because it does not have to be like perfect. Like we're just doing these little tweaks because I think it could be really cool. Even if we shipped this as it was to Patreon for the first, like I think people would be super happy. But because I think the song has a lot of potential. There's a lot of syncability about it.
Yeah.
There's some cool things that we could do.
Yeah. It's definitely worth fine-tuning.
Yeah.
I agree. So, let's see.
And by the way, for anybody who's watching, so the Patreon, we're going to be releasing the song exclusively to Patreon August 1st. So that's just around the corner. It's at my Patreon, so littlespiral.com, or sorry, Patreon/littlespiral.com. I'm going to change my name to it really quick. We'll be splitting the month of August's proceeds with the produce aisle. So I've been having a Song of the Month club for the past 4 years, and I release a song every month. And people can subscribe for as little as $1 a month. And everything I come in with for August, I'll be splitting with Lorraine here. So feel free to come and join. We'll also be having on an upper tier, I believe the $10 tier, we'll be giving the stems as well.
Yeah, if in case you want to remix.
Yeah.
Then that's fun. Okay, so what did I do here? Oh, okay. This is with the gain down. So this I did after you sent that note. How should I do this? I'm going to mute this for now, and we'll see if this is lined up. It doesn't have any effects on it right now. I'll be able to hear it. Hold on. Let me set up the sends here. And the way I do effects usually is I will put them on a bus. So I've got my reverb bus, I've got my delay bus, I've got my wide bus. I have an altered bus that has a little alter boy effect on it. And so with this fleet of buses, I then send the effect to the various tracks. Rather than putting the effect on each and every track, it's just a waste of computing power, and it's a pain in the butt. So that's what I'm doing here. The reverb, alternate that, and then they'll just copy that over. That should be. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. Compared to. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. Let me do it again. I'm liking this already, though. I think it's a good choice. Oh wait, this is the wrong one. K for mute. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. Wait a second. No. That's not right. That's the same. Sorry. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this. I like that. It doesn't have the I'm in your corner, which is a very grounding kind of note. This is sort of it's like you can hear the gospel choir in the background, you know?
Yeah.
Very high soaring feeling to it. So I think that's I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and EQ it a little bit so they're not quite in the leads way. Oh, wrong cue. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. Making room for everything.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your.
Yeah. So I like that. I think that's good.
Cool. Cool.
So let me mute those rather than the whole track.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your.
Let's back it up a little bit and get the flavor of it from this verse.
Nothing too high, it's not on you. I know you tried, you did what you had to. Times when you don't believe in you, I always do. I'm in your corner.
A little lighter, it's nice.
I'm in your
Yeah.
corner.
We'll compare
You
it
got
to
this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I know that it
And
is
this next one,
stronger than before. No one's gonna beat you down or mess with you no more. I'm in your corner. I'm in your.
see, I feel like now I like them big in there, but I want to take the gain down a little bit
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
on it as a clip. I learned a neat trick for that with Cakewalk, where you select the clip and then hit Control on the lower in the lower half of the clip. Hit Control and it brings up the gain
Oh, cool.
bar for you. So let's hear it just like a little less. Oh, what happened?
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you.
Adored, beautiful,
Nice and big.
powerful.
I'm in your corner.
You know,
What are you
having
thinking?
an idea.
Uh-huh.
It's happening. Sam Jr. Music's mention of panning is making me want this like exploded out, you know? I don't think I have enough time. Well, yeah. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, I'm gonna try something. What happens if I do this? I'm going to make a send to a new aux track, which is like essentially doubling this track.
Okay.
And for this last part, I'll have it pretty much muted for everywhere else. But is that what I want to do? Sorry, thinking. Do you see the gears? Do you see the smoke?
The gears, the smoke.
There's things I could do. And I'm deciding what I want to do. Many ways to pet a cat, as someone said.
It's so much better than skin a cat.
So
It's
much better. Yes, that was Ben Clark of the home studio boss, Chris Bradley course. He's one of
Nice.
those like administrators of that, and he came up with that, and I love it a lot. Spreading the word. Many ways to pet a cat. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna record this, and then I'll have a piece of audio that I will do things to. That's what's happening. Okay. Good.
Yes.
That's what
Play.
I'm in your corner.
This is called resampling.
Your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
Okay. So now I'm going to make this into mono, convert to mono. And I'm going to pop it up here. And I don't really need this aux track then much anymore, but who knows? Maybe it'll be useful. Now, I want this big and panned to like left and right over here. So what we're going to do is here, let's hear the levels of everything first.
I'm in your corner.
All the harmonies!
I'm in your corner.
The angels have descended.
Yes. And they're loud.
And they really are in your corner, damn it.
I think it's so funny how in the Bible, every time an angel shows up, they're like, don't be afraid. You know why that is? Is because they looked like fucking monsters with like millions
6
of
eyes
eyes,
and wheels and
wings,
shit. Yeah.
wheels on fire. Like, and they're like, be not afraid. Like, what? How? Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's these kinds of angels that are happening right now. Okay,
Yeah,
so let me bring down the gain on the angels and all around, get it balanced out a little bit. And your music, I was biting my nails when you were working on this. Just ready to ascend, you mean, right?
I'm in your corner.
So let's keep pushing that down. Again, many ways that I could be doing this. This is what I'm choosing now. So I'm tight on time. I feel like there's elegant ways to do things and inelegant ways. And they get you to the same place.
Yeah.
I'm in your corner.
This is more like it now. So okay, 6 and 7 is what I'm after. And we are going to automate the panning. Do this one first.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
Okay, I'll do the other one.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
Okay, so now those are nicely automated off left and right. And I can adjust the volume levels on them a little bit. Oh, load failure. That's new.
Oh boy.
Fixed it. Okay.
Yay! And I'm
All
also mindful of time as well. You know, we'll have an early end to the stream today, but I think we're like so close.
Yeah. It's really getting there. It's really getting there. So let's compare the 3 choruses now.
Okay.
Ooh. I'm in your corner.
Did you mute all of them?
elegant ways to do things and inelegant ways to do things. And it often comes out later where you're like, right.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
I'll adjust.
Okay.
And we're not so tight on time. Okay, so now
But now I'm in your corner.
a little bigger.
I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your
Sorry, hold on.
corner. You got I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner.
All right, now for our problem child.
I'm in your corner. I'm in your corner. You got this and I got you. No matter what you do, I'm in your corner. I'm in your
Cool.
corner. I'm in your corner.
Yeah, cool. Good
Awesome.
idea. Varying
I'll-
up the choruses.
All of that fine tuning is all fixable and terrific. So we'll get this ready to go, and it will be launched on August 1st. And we'll do one wrap up live stream on August 1st. That's 3:33 p.m. Pacific with the produce aisle. And then from there, this was so much fun, and I had such a good idea, and I've been having other people contacting me saying, "Can I do this?" So we'll see where it goes from there. But
I was feeling so special. Like, let's do it again.
we can absolutely and should do this again. And this is also a very cool opportunity to bring different people in onto the show and,
Totally.
and see what we can
That's a great
do.
idea.
And please, yes, let's keep doing stuff because it's been super fun.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I know you gotta go, and there's just a little bit of fine tuning left, and then we'll upload the thing for our Patreon subscribers, and please
Awesome.
please check that out, patreon.com/littlespiral, as in a little spiral. That's the big spiral. I'm the little spiral. And I'll be splitting all proceeds with a fellow producer here. So please tip generously. And I tell you this, and won't tell my manager, but I don't care if you join a month and then cancel. Like if you're broke ass broke, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do what you gotta do. But consider coming onto the Song of the Month Club, because I've got all sorts of other goodies for everybody and live concerts and things like that. Real fun
Amazing.
stuff. Awesome.
All right, y'all.
Thank you so much. We'll take an early break, and then we'll see you on Monday when the song is released.
Awesome.
Woo-hoo!
Okay.
All right.
Toodaloo, everybody.
Take